Good morning, good night, good evening, and today I've got T007 Dow in the Cross of Dorn Warhammer Mainz with Northcote, Nelson, Duke of York, Harbin, Helena, and the Juron on Cherry Blossom. So in terms of ships, he's the highest in terms of damage dealing, DPM, and he is running survivability expert and has Lucians. So it's going to be a good match for him. Now the reason I picked this one is, as you all know, I'm not a huge fan of Mainz, but I couldn't ignore the base XP on this one. The base XP was probably one of the highest I've seen. The sad thing is, I've only seen these kind of ridiculous numbers in a Mainz. That's the only downside that I think is that when they balance this ship, they base it so much around randoms that when they put it at tier 8 for ops, it really never was. It was too overpowered. And I think that's why a lot of people use it, because it is one of the easiest ships to use. It is sluggish though. That's its main weakness, is it's sluggish. So when you put Lucians on it, it just becomes a whole nother machine. But I think that's for every German ship. Lucians makes every German ship good. Except maybe Prince Eugen. But it is slow. I mean, there are faster cruisers out there than the Mainz. Let's be honest. And we're doing, what, 32 knots? It's not the fastest ship in the toolbox. Now, their Juron is using his speed boost to get ahead. Harbin looks like he's going for the northern cruisers. So we'll see how this goes. Armor piercing loaded for the Mayoko. Let's see how much he does and how much does the team do. Looks like the North Coast shot. Let's see if North Coast is good hit. Nope, he undershoots and just shoots all over. AP for the Mainz is just slowly whittling it. But we're not seeing any big battleship chunks yet. Which is unfortunate, because that is a key target. And that brings up another issue that I have. Not so much with the Mainz, but with just cruiser players on general and Cherry Blossom. I've seen a lot of cruiser players just charge in, and you need the battleships to be the first ones to shoot. That's just a given. Unless you've got a Cataluna or a Charles Martel, something that has a good reload booster and has railguns and can basically just nuke these cruisers. You want the battleships to be the first ones to always shoot these cruisers, because a city still battle cruiser is gonna just get nuked by these battleships. And you've got decent battleships. Duke of York and Northcote all have, decent dispersion. Nelson, unfortunately, good ship. Just doesn't have the speed to get in range. But you always want the bit battleships to know what to do.
Enemy cruisers sunk.
Helena and Harbin are working on the northern cruisers. Gunning you guys. I mean, he's already up to almost 70,000. 70,000. 70,000. I want to suck your blood. Anyone that does watch my videos know I does know that I do have a slight stutter, which is something I just haven't been able to ever grow out of. Now he's cracked his 140 shell hits, and losing just becomes even that much more deadly. Now, the Mainz is just a DPM machine. Now, he is the only thing that can give his team 5 stars. Let's be honest. There's the Juron, the North Co. He's the only thing standing between this team and 5 stars. And not having 5 stars. Although that 9th Regiment is getting pretty low. You gotta get that guy. Gotta get that cruiser down. One good AP salvo, and that Mainz is, that Mayoki's gone. Yep, there it goes. You need to pick up that Shuri, the Hatsuharu, and then they might, yep, there they go. Okay, they have saved the 9th Regiment, but it looks like just barely have they saved it. Health is still going down. I think yep, they do get it just before it looks like it's able to die to fire. The North Co, though, gets torpedoed. There goes their strongest battleship. That's a huge, huge loss. Now, you all know I don't like Mainz, but I love a good Mainz carry. And by my means, and when I mean my Mainz carry, is not like, oh, everyone survives and the Mainz gets major contributions. No, that's just a Mainz. A Mainz carry for me is 30 your team dies and you carry him to victory. I love those kind of matches. I am worried about the Harbor though. He is getting in there a little too close. Because Harbin has like 16mm armor all around it. It's not the best ship. And it might have decent AA, but going in there is just suicide. Even though I think it does get defensive AA, it's still suicide. I think that Harbin did smoke up, but he has no choice. Now he's getting T-boned by the Nelson. Harbin looks like he's out of his smoke and he's taking a lot of fire in this fight. Nice one, Nelson. Nice kill. How's Mr. Yeah, Harbin's at like half health. And he's detected. Nah, yeah, he's going down. If he doesn't get out of there, he's screwed. He turned back in to drop torps when he should have just got the hell out of there. He's using his reload booster though, for sure. Oh no, those are just his normal sets. He hasn't used his reload booster. His only hope to get out of there is that those GDs draw fire so he can make that turn. But we'll see. He doesn't have the money. He doesn't have as much health. He is going to get some torp hits though. 1, 2. Is he going to get a third? Nope. Overestimates, and he could have killed it though, for sure. There goes the reload booster. He is starting to take, it looks like, a little bit more fire. I am questioning if he's going to make it out though. There goes one. He is just spamming those torps out. Let's see, how's his health looking? 7,000 going down. He's not going to get the kill though. I think one of the battleships of the Helena is going to get it. And man, I think the Nelson might get it on those shots. Or Helena. Someone's going to get it. Yep, Helena gets it. But that Harbor lost a lot of HP for really no gain. Harbor's a great ship. Don't get me wrong. I love my Harbor. But it is one of the most high-skill ships I've ever played. It's not just go in, play ops, and just do damage. That thing takes so much micromanaging to survive. Like, it's ridiculous. It's not a high skill line for sure. And a high skill point captain is legitimately required. He does die to torps, so we're down the Northcote and the Harbin. And I don't think we're over with people dying. He's got a lot of shell hits, but to be honest, his damage is average at this point. I want to see if the Mainz gets more damage. I don't know why this Helena keeps shooting armor piercing. Like, those are Helena armor piercing jumps. I mean, he keeps shooting armor piercing. Like, why? It makes no sense. Well, the good news is that they can actually push in now. It's only like the 2 cruisers and probably a Shira and an Akatsuki. Even though I've seen things die to less. Looks like both cruisers are shooting at him. And Mainz is a light cruiser. And that is Japanese HE, which does pin his armor. So he has to be wary of that. But again, if you had like a Bagration, a Charles, or a Cataluna, they could easily outdamage the Mainz. Assuming the player is a good player. And by good player, I mean understands the op and has the fundamentals of the game. I've done it in a Bagration. I'd love to see it be done in a Cataluna. Or any other ship. I'm just kind of still wrapping my head around a Northcote getting torped. I want to see how many shells he shot though. That's going to be interesting to see how many shells he actually shot. Because he's shooting like a lot of shells. Like, I've lost track. That should be a dead... Nope, he's angling in. Helena is half health. I don't know how you go down from being half health. He does pick up his natural selection, so that's always good. Is Helena gonna take a torp? Oh my god, he's gonna actually take a torp. Yep, he takes a Shira torp. So we're down 3 ships. They need 4 ships to stay alive. The question is, can that happen?
We've sunk an enemy destroyer.
That's one of the harder ones on Cherry Blossom. When your team dies, getting 4 ships to stay alive actually becomes harder. It's harder. I'll be honest. If they can get that cruiser out, then the battleships have a straight line in. I'm not so worried about the battleships, especially the Nelson and the Duke of York. I'm more worried about the Juron dying. He dies, they lose that star. And he's the one that has the lowest health of all these ships. So keeping him alive is the key.
We've sunk an enemy destroyer.
Oh, you got a point blank Kagero. I laugh if those torps hit something. Detonates it.
Enemy destroyer foundered.
Now the question is, can they pick up that bloody Mayoko? Because that guy's been alive for way too long. Juron drops torps. I think that Juron's gonna get it that kill. Yep, Juron's gonna get the kill. So kudos to Juron. How is that Mayoko not dead yet? Okay, there he goes. Finally. Holy crap. I honestly thought he would take a battleship with him at that point.
The ship is on fire.
'Save needs a DCP because he's going to take armor piercing right to the side now. $14 kills, crossed 300k. I think he's going to cross 600 shell hits. Yep, crosses 600 shell hits. Wonder how many shells he actually fires. I will give comps to the Juron for staying alive. I think he realized that it was better to stay alive and not die. 5 stars, so kudos. 14 kills. Okay, so assist, natural selection, C-star, assistant, major contribution, 14 kills, 2 million credits, 45,000 ship XP, and 12,000 free XP. Score 2,700 base XP. That's ridiculous. That's double than any ship that was there. Again, a huge portion of that damage was literally to nothing but destroyers. So that adds up the XP very quickly. But in terms of shots, he fired, looks like around 1,600 shells and only got about a 600 shell hit. So that's I'll be honest. Sorry. That is the most shells I think I've seen fired from a Mainz in a replay. The hit ratio is a little bit low, though. I mean, with that kind of... You're looking at probably... God, maybe a 33% hit ratio. It's not the best. But I can't disagree with his economic results. Mostly HE. He surprisingly didn't take that much armor piercing damage. It was mostly all HE. Like I said, Japanese HE just wrecks any ship. And then the 20,000 from fires. Well, let's see what he was running. It looks like he was only running a blue booster. Looks like he was only running another blue booster. That was a red booster for sure. And it looks like this was blue booster. So looks like red booster on the free XP and blue boosters on everything else. Again, if he hadn't been running premium account, there is a significant difference. He still made 2 million credits though. That's a significant amount of credits for operations. The free XP is just real nice, and the commander XP is real nice too. So, not a bad match. Thank you for sending that one in.